Making a platformer is no easy task. Making a successful platformer that's fun to play is even harder. A solid concept just isn't enough. It takes outstanding, if not unique, mechanics and tight controls to even imagine a warm reception. Luckily for Glyph, it has those in spades. Glyph is a 3D platformer set in a deserted world of a fallen civilization. As the Glyph, a sphere-shaped scarab, you'll roll, jump, and glide your way through more than 80 levels in your quest to bring the world back to life. Now Glyph has two major components to it, a hub world and the various levels. The hub world is a desolate ruin slowly being reclaimed by the unforgiving desert sands, and after a short but effective tutorial, you're set loose to explore it. And while the game's first levels are unlocked by default, you'll need to open up new routes and unlock the other ones. The beauty of the hub world is that you're completely free to roam and explore as you wish. There's no set progression route, so feel free to explore and unlock new areas in any direction you wish. However, levels are a different beast. Glyph offers two types, exploration and time trial. In exploration levels, you'll need to explore self-contained open worlds and collect coins, gems, artifacts, and more. The twist is that the floor is essentially lava. In fact, anything that's made of sand, whether that be the ground or the walls, is instant death. And the only way to successfully complete a level is by collecting the keys strewn around it and reaching the exit portal. You're free to discover these levels and their collectibles at your own pace. There are no time limits or enemies to interrupt you. But once you've collected everything and opened the exit portal, just try not to touch any sand. Upon death, you'll respawn at the beginning of the level, and while you keep your coins and gems collected prior to death, you'll need to go after the keys and other secrets again. Time trials, on the other hand, are pure challenge maps. Each one tasks you with making it through a tailor-made course and collecting keys within a set time limit, and that's actually much easier said than done. Glyph has incredibly tight controls. Maneuvering your character on the ground and, more often, in the air is intuitive and enjoyable. You feel the momentum as you fly through the air in a daring attempt to reach a far-off platform, and precise controls mean that you can easily fine-tune your positioning when it comes time for a landing. I never felt like I failed because of finicky controls, and that speaks volumes about the care and dedication that Bulwark Games put into making Glyph an enjoyable experience. And difficulty scales smoothly as you progress. You'll never get the impression that the challenge suddenly spiked. The game even gives you a visual representation of a level's difficulty before you jump in. On top of crisp controls, you also have a wide range of abilities at your disposal. Double jumps, ground pounds, and gliding all work together to give you complete freedom in traversal. Does a platform seem far away? You can ground pound and jump for increased height as you move towards it, then jump again in midair and time your gliding just right and you might make it. The game's moveset allows beginners to confidently make their way through levels, but it absolutely shines in the hands of experienced players. With enough practice and skill, exploration becomes an aerial ballet in which you'll only ever touch the ground for split seconds to recharge your jump. And every one of the game's unique levels are expertly crafted to be a fair challenge while also giving players the opportunity to make flashy plays while exploring. And it's worth mentioning that Glyph features tons of customization options, all unlockable solely by playing the game and discovering them. For example, exploration levels contain skins that you can reach after finding hidden buttons. As for time trials, if you manage to beat the best times, you'll be rewarded with unique trails that follow in Glyph's wake. Not only does this allow you to make your very own Glyph, it also adds to the game's already impressive replay value. The game's simple and clean art style works wonders, because not only is the scenery beautiful, it's also easy to see what's deadly and what's not. And a special mention needs to be made about the game's soundtrack, which is absolutely beautiful and unique, and it accompanies you everywhere you go. As polished as Glyph is, my main point of frustration is its camera. As a 3D platformer, you'll need to control the camera about as much as you'll control Glyph, and this can become tedious at times, especially in the heat of a challenging jump. I've died more than a few times, especially in time trials, because the camera was no longer facing the proper direction after a quick mid-air adjustment. But other than that, Glyph is so polished. Its concept so simple but effective that it's difficult to find any faults. Incredibly, Glyph is a game that manages to be challenging without adding any stress to your day. It's the perfect pick up and play type of game that appeals to newcomers and enthusiasts alike. It's the kind of game that you say you'll play for only 10 or 15 minutes, only to put it down and find that an hour has passed. It begs you to return and challenge yourself to beat your best times, to finish that time trial, and to unlock that one skin you really want. And whether you just want to complete the game, go back and try to beat your best times in levels, or unlock everything the game has to offer, you're in for hours of fun.